your supporters will be strangers. Yeah. Um, I hate to say it, and I hate that it is the way it has to be, but I would say 90% of your supporters will be complete strangers. When you first get on YouTube, the first people you usually tell are your friends and your family. Those are gonna be your first few subscribers, your first few supporters, if they're really rocking with you. But all in all, majority of group are gonna be strangers. Logically, of course, you're gonna have more supporters if you become successful. Strangers supporting you than you are family because there are just naturally more people that you don't know than you do know. But I'm talking as if you would hope and you would think that your family, people that you grew up with, people that have been with you through some of the hardest times in your life will be the ones that are going to want to support you in your dreams. As you get older and as you start to see things for what they are, a lot of these people, you are around them almost like in a forced way. Like you were forced to be around them, not by choice, but by association, so to speak, for lack of a better term. A lot of the times I see families, they have siblings, they have people that they grew up with, and they don't even talk to them. They would rather take advice from a complete stranger. They would rather go and support a complete stranger before they support you, their own family, flesh and blood. The stereotypical crab in a barrel mentality. We have heard it before all the time, and if you've ever seen what crabs do when you go to pull them out of a crab pot or what have you, they'll try to pull it back in. So the philosophy or the analogy behind that is they don't want you to get further than they are. A lot of the times we're in these poverty-stricken areas, we're in these places where it's low income, people are getting government assistance. Part of it may be that they are too busy in survival mode to see anything outside of, I need to make sure that I have somewhere to sleep tonight and I have food to eat tonight. So they're in survival mode, and I'm talking about this with my mom, and other people that I associate myself with. The reason why a lot of these people never succeed or never get any further is because they're stuck in this mind state that there is no better because of their environment and because they feel confined. Their mindset is confined. This is as good as they can get, and they've never had anybody tell them that they can get any better. You will have people that see other people around them and they understand and they know, bro, watching this video that you are different from majority of the people that are around you. And why you separate yourself from majority of people that are around you, you don't do what they do. It is because there's something greater over your life. And not to say that it can't be something greater over anybody's life, because everyone should strive for greatness, no matter the circumstance. I don't like when people try to use the victim mindset or have the victim mentality because of their life situations and circumstances that they cannot go somewhere. You should use that as, fuel to light your fire to be able to get past and get further. But as soon as you start to try to change up your routine, as soon as you start to become better and greater, they see that as an attack. I'll give y'all a little example. There have been more than one occasion where people have offered me to drink or to smoke when I was a teenager and stuff like that, and I don't partake in that stuff. We start talking to people and you get to see their personalities and their habits and what they do. You can find out rather quickly that they are, probably not the person that you thought they were. But they'd be like, oh, you smoke? Or they'll say, oh, you do this? And I'm like, nah, I don't do none of that. And that's like they try to turn their nose up at me or try to catch an attitude like, oh, you think you better than me because you don't smoke? You don't drink? Nah, I don't think I'm better than you. But I know that these things are not good for me. So why would I intentionally put myself in a situation or a predicament where I could possibly get addicted to something, and that is another expense, that is another headache, that is another habit that is not getting me any further to my goals. You see what I'm saying? But they look at you like, oh wow, you're not doing it because so you must think you're better than me. Nah, honestly, I really would want you to not do that. If you can, take anything from me and see how I move, hopefully I rub off on you. You see what I'm saying? But it's like, if you're around these people, a lot of times people's mental fortitude is not strong enough to be able to break free from what that dark cloud is in that area. You see what I'm saying? So the mental fortitude is not strong enough. So if they didn't do it, they will eventually start doing it because that's all they're seeing. Even if they did not plan to do it, it's just a subconscious thing that just weighs on you. If you're around people that are millionaires, if you put yourself in that environment, you are most likely going to be the next millionaire. You see what I'm saying? It's just the inverse of that. When you are in an environment and people are not striving for greatness and there's nothing but negativity, there's nothing but crime, there's nothing but things that are not conducive to your well-being, you will eventually fall into that in some form or fashion. You know what I'm saying? And become a product of the environment. You don't want that. You want to keep yourself away from that as possible. Even if you have to be in that environment, you want to keep yourself from those types of people. You get what I'm saying? Until you can do better. You get to a point where you're taking YouTube in serious and shit like that, and you know, it's like, I'm gonna do this regardless. It's one of those things where you're gonna have to do this regardless, no matter what they have to say about it, no matter how they feel about it. I remember this one bitch told me, bro, she said that I was corny for doing YouTube. Well, how the fuck you gonna fix your mouth and tell me that I'm corny? Nah, bitch, your baby daddy corny. How about that? But you was still trying to fuck with me at the end of the day. You see what I'm saying? You still trying to fuck with me at the end of the day. So who really the cornball? Who really living life on the fucking cob? You feel what I'm saying? Because they see you doing something and they feel it. They can sense it before you even start talking, bro. I'm telling you, folks understand. And then a natural reaction for them is not to want to see what they can do to help or to get in with you and try to figure out what they can do to go in the direction you're going. A natural reflex is for them to try to demean you, to try to take stabs at your character and try to take stabs at what you're doing. Even though you're not where you want to be, you have been making progress, right? And slow motion is better than no motion. Always better than no motion. So they see you and then they're like, man, look at this fucking guy. Who do you think he is? Who the fuck this guy think he is? And a family member, people that had direct access to you, or watch his shit. And I know y'all watching my shit. Y'all gonna be right on here watching my video, not drop a like, not gonna comment one time, but you watch my story though. See everything I post and don't say nothing. Don't share it. The little homeboys, the people that just run around not meaning no good to them, encourage them to do things that's not bettering them, that can land them in some trouble. Encourage them to do those things. They posted about them all day. You know, I just charge you to the game. It's nothing against them because I understand the mindset. Their mindset is not there. They're influenced by this music. They're influenced by the culture and the environment that they are in. They may see me doing all that I can, and they may see that I am trying to build something, but their mentality, theirs is not going to let them. It's not going to let them reach out, right? Because for some reason, reaching out and asking for help is a form of weakness in some capacity. But I've never given you any energy to feel that way. I've never been like, yeah, man, look at you need my help now. Nah, I've never been that way. They don't help you and they see you on a trajectory. And instead of them trying to press forward, they will lie in wait. They'll lie in wait and just see what happens. They'll see what happens. You know, that's how the girls do too. They'll see what happens. So I'm going to keep an eye on him. I ain't going to say nothing, right? I ain't going to say nothing to him. They know they're not going to say nothing to you. But they're going to make sure they keep a watchful eye on you. They're going to make sure they check in periodically. Make sure they being nosy. And then once they see that, take off. When they see you take off, bro. Then that's when they hit the DM. Either they're going to hit the DM and try to act as if they were supporting you this whole time and knew that you were going to be who you are and what you set out to be and accomplish, or they're going to try to demean you even more. They're going to be like, man, look at this fucking guy. Oh, now he up. Now he think he better than us. No, I never thought I was better than you. I just knew I wanted different for me, for myself, for my daughter, for my mom, for my family. I want it different. I bet it on myself, right? And that's all you got is to bet on yourself. You can't bet on anybody else. If you don't believe in yourself, if you don't believe in you being able to accomplish the things you set out to, no one else is going to believe you. And when they see that, they want to fight change. They don't like change. People don't like change. They don't like change. They don't like being uncomfortable. And that's exactly why they're going to stay the same. They're going to complain and stay the same, bro. The good thing about being from the Delhi is that it's the second smallest state. So it's a very small minority of people that ain't going to rock with me. And then the rest of the world is mind the game. But I don't know. But I do know one thing though. Make sure down y'all's across your T's. Make sure y'all join Discord. A lot of good, phenomenal things going on in there. I'm trying to build it for it to be a community for everybody to come in and feel welcome. Then my socials, you know, at the bottom of the screen. But until next time, it's your boy Alex. Catch y'all in the next one.